And welcome everyone to this meeting of the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board on Thursday, July 23rd. I now call this meeting to order at 3:04 p.m. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Roger Dickinson, Karina Talamantes, Bill Pluckybaum, Katie Maple,
I'm here.
Mai Vang, Phil Cerna, Patrick Kennedy, Rich Desmond, Rosario Rodriguez, Pat Hume, Mary Jane Lopez Taff,
Here.
Rod Brewer,
Here.
Kevin Spees,
Present.
Tim Reed,
Here.
Linda Budge. Is that her? Linda Budge. Tanya Kravchuk,
Present.
Nick Blois.
Here.
And we
Here.
have a quorum with 8 members present.
Fabulous. Would you please read the meeting statement?
This meeting of the Sacramento Public Library Authority is broadcast live and recorded with closed captioning. It is cablecast on Metro Cable Channel 14, the Local Government Affairs channel on the Comcast and DirecTV UVerse cable systems. It is also live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Today's meeting will replay Saturday, July 25th at 4 p.m. on Metro Cable Channel 14. Once posted, the recording of this meeting can be viewed on demand at youtube.com/metrocable14. The meeting will also be recorded via Zoom. A DVD copy will be available upon request no later than 2 weeks following today's meeting. The full agenda, including reports, is available at the library website at www.saclibrary.org. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should complete a speaker identification form located at the back table and give it to the clerk. Members attending via Zoom should raise their hand in the Zoom program. Please speak clearly when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes so that everyone may be heard.
Okay, thank you very much. Madam Vice Chair, would you mind leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Absolutely. Let's rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you very much. And that takes us to public comment for matters not on the agenda. Do we have anyone signed up to speak? And I did want to note that I believe I heard Director.
I think you all can hear me, but I cannot hear you.
I was just about to say that I believe that I heard you mark your attendance. Is that correct?
She said she can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear her.
I want
but she
to
can't
note
hear
that
us.
I see Director Budge on the Zoom and present, if that's an acceptable form. Okay. And no public commenters on the agenda? Okay. With that, we'll move on to our friends of the Sacramento Public Library. Welcome up. Great to see you.
Good to see you as well, Chair Maple and members of the JPA. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present on behalf of the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library. My name is Devon Graves. I serve as the Vice President and just want to give you a brief update of the work that we've been doing. The Friends held our last meeting on June 28th, and that was our All Friends meeting at the Carmichael Library, where we were able to bring all of our affiliates together and share some best practices. We had a presentation from the library, and we talked about some of the fun stuff we're doing on social media, and we watched some of the viral videos to show some of the membership that may not be tapped into TikTok or Reels. We also were able to watch and celebrate KCRA's coverage of the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library with their 70-year highlighting of the different nonprofits in the region. So we really appreciate that coverage and getting that discussion going about the Booked In and the work that the Friends do to support the library. Our next meeting will be in September, so a while from now, but during the summer, our Booked In is still open and doing some great stuff. We're excited about that. I did want to talk about one item that is before you on the agenda, item 6.2, which is the delivery trucks. We are very supportive of that and happy that the library is staying up to date with their fleet and all that fun stuff. I do just hope that the library staff consider with this change or update of the fleet and keeping that in rotation across the county. I hope that the library would consider making the booked-in donations a part of that pickup and drop-off. I know that that was something that we weren't able to do due to staffing levels and whatnot, but hopefully with a 7-year contract, we can have kind of some conversations again with the library staff to get that support, because as you all know, our members are elderly and trying to drive around throughout the county to pick up books at the individual library branches has been a burden when the library used to support us in those efforts. So we hope we can have ongoing conversations to see if we can pick up those efforts to support our infrastructure and our membership that's taken on that work over the last couple of years. So with that, I just want to thank you all for the opportunity to present, and happy to take any questions at this time.
Okay, great. Maybe Director Coyl, an opportunity to meet with the Friends and talk a little bit more about that if it's possible. Okay, fabulous. Okay, Director Brewer.
Thank you, Chair. I have a quick question. So while you do the book den, you do the book pickups, do you also do the deliveries for those who make those requests to the Friends or to the libraries? And the second question is, while the Elk Grove Library is going to be in this transition, does that service extend down to Elk Grove?
Yeah, so in the past, the library would, a part of their route would pick up some of the donations that were at the branches for individual Friend affiliates that were going to the book den. And so now we've kind of taken up that responsibility due to just staffing issues at the library and infrastructure issues. I think it stemmed from the pandemic and that being shut down. And so what we do is we just have volunteers that go around, and if there's a sizable amount of books that need to be picked up, we just go to whatever branch or affiliate that has those books, and we take them back to the book den. So we really don't have anything formally operationalized. It's just kind of as needed.
Thanks.
Okay. Any other directors with questions or comments? Anyone on the Zoom? Not seeing any hands. Any public comment? All right, seeing none. With that, thank you very much for the report. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to our item 4.1, our executive team report. Director Coyl.
Chair, I just want to acknowledge that I'm here. We had a volume issue.
Okay, Director Budge, we have acknowledged your presence, and thank you for letting us know.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you, Chair Maple and members of the board. I have a couple items in our executive team report that I want to highlight. And the first is to acknowledge our summer reading that's happening currently. It has a couple more weeks left, but highlight the kickoff event that we had in May at Tahoe Park and the great event that was that the staff put together. But also wanted to highlight the financial and volunteer aspect of the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library. They're our keynote sponsor for this program, and it's through their funding we can do many of these programs. We want to acknowledge and appreciate the Friends for their support of these programs. We'll have a more complete report for the board after summer reading with numbers, but we're doing very well compared to last year, and I think you'll be very pleased when we finish the numbers to see how many people participated. We are seeing an increase in adults participating as well this year, which is always a positive thing. And then also, along with that, the Book First program, the Friends Support, celebrates its 10th year this year, or celebrated its 10th year, or will celebrate. We're in the 10th year of Book First, so it's a great thing, whether it's happening now or will happen. But we have a flyer on that showing the impact that program has had across the county. It's a very valuable program. We're seeing now in today's society that there's a lack of reading in the home, and parents are not reading to their children. And we know that reading to children at young ages is key to literacy and education and achievement later in life. So this program is very vital and very important, and we appreciate the Friends and their great support for that. And this is a program we'll be continuing with their support moving forward as well. But it is a very vital program to our region, and we're grateful for their support and their help with that. And then two other items which I think are of interest to many folks. We are pleased to announce the opening dates for the Martin Luther King Jr. Library. That grand opening will be on Saturday, August 15th. We have sent invitations to the authority board and other members about that. The exterior signs have been installed, the shelving is installed, and the city is still doing a couple of minor things on that building, but we are in the process as the library of outfitting it with the materials, the books and the computers and the furniture. So that's going very well, and we're looking forward to having that facility open as soon as we can on August 15th. And then Saturday, the Elk Grove Library is closing for us to move into the new location. And so we're pleased to announce that that grand opening will be on October 10th. And we'll have more information for the board as it is solidified with the city of Elk Grove. We're focusing right now on Martin Luther King, and then once we get a little further in that process, we'll turn to the Elk Grove. Our staff are starting that process of shelving those books, and that will take some time. But we're looking forward to having maybe a sneak peek or some early openings on both of these locations as we're able to, and we'll definitely let you guys and the public know about those. And then the Carmichael Library will be closing for some HVAC and ADA repair in the coming weeks. And aside from those, then those are the only buildings that will have work being done. So the first time in over 2 years, we won't have any construction projects. So that'll be a nice thing. But we're looking forward to the end results, which have been really great. And we thank the partnership of our jurisdictions, the county and the city of Sacramento and Elk Grove, as we work through these building projects. They've been really fantastic. And we're looking forward to having the public back in to these facilities. We understand the pain and the struggle it is when these facilities close for a period of time, and we want to recognize that that is a hardship to our community, but we do our best to open the facilities as soon as we can, and we're very pleased with the result, and we think the public will be as too. And I did include some information about the state budget for libraries. We get a little bit of money passed through the state library to the local jurisdictions, and so some of that money is restricting what we can spend it on, but that will help us with some of our delivery services and our cooperative lending among our region. It won't be any direct cash to the library, but it'll help offset some of the services that we have to expend some funds for. Overall, it was a good year budget for the library. There are a couple things statewide that took a hit, but the state did extend the state parks pass and some other things. So there are some positives for libraries in that, so we were happy to see that. And I'm happy to answer any questions the board has on this report or anything else. And actually, I'm going to one more thing I didn't highlight is our Sacramento Republic FC partnership. I mentioned it last meeting. We have rolled that out, and the adoption of our new library cards has gone really well. So if you haven't had a chance to get your limited edition, special edition Sacramento Republic FC library card, you can do so at your local library today.
I still have my Sacramento Kings card in my wallet, so I think I might need an upgrade.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay, any questions or comments from directors? I see, yes, Director Blois.
Yes, I did have a quick question. On the Carmichael Library for the HVAC repair, when approximately will that be closed and for how long?
Charlotte, Deputy Director Keller, I think, has the details on that. Just a minute.
No problem.
We're too organized.
Yeah, 1 second here. I have way too many papers in front of me. There we go. Yeah, so right now it is tentatively scheduled to close in mid-August, and it will reopen in late January, early February of 2027. It is an extensive project where it's HVAC repairs and ADA enhancements, so hence the closure. We're also looking at doing some additional automation while the branch is closed, so we'll be able to more quickly process books as well. But that'll happen independent of this project.
Great to know.
Yeah. I hope that answered the question.
Yes, it did. Thank you very much.
Great.
Wonderful. Okay, any other directors? Looking to my left, Director Brewer.
Thanks, Chair. Also, with the Elk Grove Library closing, I know last night at our city council meeting, we had mentioned that the Franklin Library is open and available for the public to turn in the books that are supposed to go to the Elk Grove branch. And so we made that mention to the public and that the Franklin branch should be open. Also wanted to give a suggestion to the Laguna North Valley High Library as an alternative also for folks to go to. Because they're in two different parts of town,
Yeah.
and with the library being central, it gives people an avenue to go to, but also gives them a chance to discover these two additional branches in our area until the new library opens up.
Yeah, thank you, Director Brewer. We will be sending an email to the residents of the area, letting them know both those pieces of information. We recognize that that it's going to be an impact for a while. We'll put signage up on that the old location with directions, and we'll be checking the book drop and things for a period of time. So more communication will be coming, but happy to hear any suggestions from you and your colleagues on how we can improve that and anything we might have forgotten. Yeah.
No, we greatly thank you for that, but also congratulations on getting to this stage where the new library is opening up, everything is put together and ready to go, but also congratulations for the Martin Luther King Library and that opening as well, because we saw that in Colonial Heights opening over the last few months. So it's good. It's a good sign for Elk Grove and South Sacramento. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Brewer.
Yes, and I just want to agree with that as well. Really exciting, hopefully, to have maybe a little break from construction for a while, perhaps.
Well, the next one is North Sacramento.
Just kidding. I see Director Dickinson.
We haven't
looking at
forgotten
me.
that, Director Dickinson. That's the next one, and we're looking forward to that. And I'll just say that all the jurisdictions have been great to work with through these projects. They're doing really good, and they're very cooperative, and they're all beautiful. And I just can't wait for you guys to see them and for the public to see them. They're really great.
Always one of the most exciting things to do, and we're looking forward to North Sac.
Before the end of the year, open.
As soon as we can, sir.
As soon as
we
humanly
can.
possible, yes. And so,
Sooner than that.
fabulous. Okay, do we have any public comment on this? Seeing none, okay. With that, we're going to move on. We have some informational items, including our financial and treasurer's reports. Trust folks have looked at those, but just opening it up in case there are any questions from directors. Comments, seeing none. Okay. With that, we're going to move to our consent calendar. Any items that members wish to pull or comment on separately, vote on separately? Seeing none. Looking on the Zoom here, seeing none. Okay. Do we have any public comment on consent? Okay. Seeing none. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Okay, we're going to go with Brewer motion, Dickinson second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oh, wait, sorry. I have to do a roll call vote. I always mess this up. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Roger Dickinson,
Aye.
Karina Talamontes, Bill Pluckybaum, Katie Maple,
Aye.
Mai Vang, Phil Cerna, Patrick Kennedy, Rich Desmond, Rosario Rodriguez, Pat Hume, Mary Jane Lopez Taff,
Aye.
Rod Brewer,
Aye.
Kevin Spees,
Aye.
Tim Reed,
Aye.
Linda Budge,
Yes.
Tanya Kravchuk,
Aye.
Nick Blois.
Aye.
Motion passes with 9 members voting.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And that takes us to our action item 7.1, consideration of naming of the community room at the new Elk Grove Library.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Mabel. I've asked Deputy Director Keller to handle this item for us today.
Fabulous.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today before you, you have item 7.1 in support of the City of Elk Grove's request to name the meeting room at the new Elk Grove Library in honor of Patricia Sandifer. It recognizes her exceptional contributions to public library service, as well as the strong partnership between the City of Elk Grove and the Sacramento Public Library Authority as the new library prepares to open. Patricia Sandifer dedicated her career to advancing literacy, expanding access to library services, and strengthening community engagement throughout the region. As manager of the Elk Grove Library branch from 1996 to 2011, she transformed the library into a vital community resource through innovative programs and outreach. Naming the meeting room is a meaningful way to recognize her lasting impact and legacy. The meeting room itself is a central space where the community gathers to learn, connect, and participate in programs. It is fitting that this room be named after her. This recommendation also reflects the partnership and shared governments between the City of Elk Grove, who owns the Elk Grove Library, and the Sacramento Public Library Authority. The City Council has adopted a resolution formally recommending the naming and directing the city manager to submit it to the Sacramento Library Authority Board for consideration. While the Library Authority does not have a formal naming policy for interior spaces, this recommendation demonstrates coordination and mutual respect between both of our agencies. From a policy standpoint, the city's facility naming policy allows naming after individuals who have made extraordinary contributions, even if they are living, when justified. Elk Grove City staff determined that Ms. Sandifer's career-long impact and leadership meet this standard, and she has been consulted, and she supports the use of her full name for the naming of the community room. Ultimately, this action honors a lifetime of service and aligns with the city's formal recommendation. It also ensures that recognition occurs in conjunction with the opening of the new Elk Grove Library rather than being delayed. In closing, naming the Patricia Sandifer Meeting Room honors a distinguished career and creates a lasting legacy within a space dedicated to learning and community connections. And staff here at the Sacramento Public Library support this recommendation.
Wonderful, and really appreciate that background. Do we have any members of the public who wish to speak on this item? Any in the room? Seeing none. And then I think it's only, and then I'll pass on over to the Vice Chair, Lopez-Taft.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I just wanted to commend the process here. I really think it is so special when it is a community activity and a community endorsement. And so I'd love to move the item if we're at that point.
Absolutely. Okay, we have a motion. I think maybe it's appropriate for our member from Elk Grove to be the seconder.
No, I'd be more than happy to give a second, but I'd like to say a couple of words.
Absolutely.
For Patricia, because Patricia Sandifer has been a large, looming leader in the Elk Grove Library and for the Sacramento Public Library for many decades. And for the community to bring this to both myself and to Director Speace's attention in talking about what she means to Elk Grove in the landscape of how the library has been a central figure in the community is definitely more than commendable. And the work that she's done with the Elk Grove Library, the programs that she helped initiate, not only the youth in town, but also helped a lot of people who patron the Elk Grove Library, and definitely utilized its services for many years. And a lot of those programs still carry forward today. And so, no, it's with great pride and great joy that we are looking to do this and having the community room at the new Elk Grove Library named after Patricia. This means a lot to her family. I see that Jerry Sandifer is on the line, and also for her daughter Leslie, who we know, who was involved in the Elk Grove Arts Commission, and seeing the work that Patricia has done with the Sacramento Metropolitan Arts Commission for years as well. Shows that the deep appreciation for arts, books, and just education in general. So yes, no, thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Any other members wish to speak? Anyone on the Zoom? Okay. Hearing none. With that, we have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Roger Dickinson.
Aye.
Karina Talamontes. Phil Pluckybaum. Katie Maple.
Aye.
Mai Bang. Bill Cerna. Patrick Kennedy. Rich Desmond. Rosario Rodriguez. Pat Hume. Mary Jane Lopez-Taft.
Aye.
Rob Brewer.
Aye.
Kevin Spees.
Aye.
Tim Reed.
Aye.
Linda Budge.
Yes.
Tanya Kravchuk.
Aye.
Nick Blois.
Aye.
Motion passes with 9 members voting.
Wonderful. A joyous occasion, very exciting, and you should be very proud of your work, not just on the naming, but also of the process. I want to agree. It's high time that we had one, so great. Okay, with that, we're going to move on to reports, ideas, questions from board members, and then we'll adjourn into closed session. So opening it up for any reports, questions, comments? None in chambers, not seeing any on the Zoom. So with that, we will now adjourn into closed session, and then we'll report out.
Easy peasy.
Thank you very much. We are now back from our closed session. It is 4:21 p.m. Do we have any report out from closed session?
No reportable action.
Okay. So with that, before we adjourn, I just want to say this is my last meeting that I will be here as chair. It's been a great honor to serve in this position for the last several months, but I am going on maternity leave soon. So I'm welcoming a bundle of joy, and so I'm really excited about that, and glad to be passing over the gavel to our vice chair, Lopez Taft, who then will be taking over as chair in the new year. So, or May, depending on what the board does. Don't want to presume anything that will happen, but I'm sure she will be trusted in her leadership. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'll look forward to being back here in the new year as a board member. And with that, we are adjourned at 4:22 p.m.